Hi guys, this is Oshi and this is going to be my this happened in September video, a bit later than I expected it because that's pretty much September in one word. It was really busy, exhausting to be honest, and I meant to make notes as per usual. I forgot, so I'm just gonna go with what I remember right now, which is not that bad because I don't want to hold on to negative memories too long, even though there is going to be a post office rant because that happened a lot for this month. Everything is going to be timestamped down below, so if you just want to see the few decks that I got, or I don't know, talk about TV shows, if I remember mentioning, I want to talk about one for sure. But everything is going to be timestamped down below. Why is that such a hard word? Anybody has a problem with that, by the way? Just me. And yeah, another new location. I'm reorganizing my sacred space and room again. If you know me in real life, that's not surprising. I'm just always struggling to find my place. I think half of the time I'm reorganizing because I'm trying to, make things better by readjusting the outside things. Because when you're not in control of what's happening in your life, you take control where you want to. I think so, at least. Plus, I saw Diane's setup, Blue Crescent Moon. I never know, Blue Crescent Moon. I think that's her channel. Diane. Oh God, I have problems. I know. I talk in writing, so saying these names out loud and I just add them is a completely different experience. But whatever. So the end's setup, and she has a table, and I think she's sitting on pillows and stuff on the floor, and I just remember that I'm part of the floor gang as well. I love sitting on the floor, so I shrank down a bit, and I'm going to rearrange this corner, which you can't see, so I'm not even sure why I'm showing you, something you can see. I already have two big pillows that I'm gonna make covers for, because buying these things is, more expensive if they are, specifically for sitting on the floor than just being big pillows that you use for sleeping. So, marketing. So I'm, as per usual, DIYing the whole shebang. Hopefully it's gonna be a fun corner and I can finally just, find a place to set up my recording and not move around all the time. We'll see. That didn't happen in September, even though I showed you in the past video, one of the videos, how my decks were stored, and some stayed here, the big boxes. These are, they are gonna stay here, and a few extra, even though I think those gonna be moved because I keep my decks over there, and if they stay there, I'm going to film another video so I can show you. Because I kind of feel like they are neglected here. But if I manage to do this corner the way that I want to do it, then they're gonna stay here. So lots of moving parts. Okay, so first thing first, the big thing that I promised in the last one was my zombie oracle, obviously. And look at that, I have it in my hand. When I posted that teaser, that something big is coming, I fully expected my design to be approved within a few days after posting the previous video and being able to talk about it. Then it didn't happen because marketplace thinks that this biohazard design is copyrighted. I'm not sure if the person who uploaded it to Pixabay maybe used it and got it. I mean, that's what I was thinking, that maybe they got it from somewhere else. It's not their own. That's why it's copyrighted, because on the side it's clearly stated that it's copyright free, you can use it, and I used it on the back of every single freaking card. And in toxicity, which you can see it obviously in the walkthrough. So when it was flagged for copyright, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I already had 2 copies of this version, and I had my walkthrough ready, and now in the original one there was the possibility cards that was missing which I have now. I have two, so I'm not an idiot. I ordered two and I ordered the second one. And you know, I had to redesign the bag, and I had to do it in an obvious way that it shows that it's a different one. So that's why it's not as polished or not as perfect or whatever that it could be. I could have made it better, more, you know, similar to this one, but that was the point. I had to make sure that it looks different so it wouldn't be flagged as copyrighted as well. I think it looks better, so I'm kind of, you know, I'm thinking about getting another copy. I mean, it's my own deck, I should, with a tin, especially because I saw Gerald posting or showing, you know, the tin that he ordered with the cover picture that I also uploaded on my website. It looks really cool. So I think at some point I will get another copy, but right now I'm good with 2 copies of my own deck, because I wish I could say that for me it's, you know, it's cheaper when you order it just for yourself, so I'm not gonna lie, but it still costs as more than I would buy a mass market deck. And you know, I'm on a low tight budget with tarot decks these days because I'm saving up for an iPad, which I want to get for my birthday, because I want to start using Procreate in digital drawing and, you know, working more decks, not just photo collages and montage decks, but, you know, actually drawn and painted. I really loved painting with watercolor, but setting up my space, you know, taking out everything and working with watercolor is amazing. I love it. But it takes time. It needs space, which I usually frequently I'm short of. So when I saw that you can really achieve a lot of really cool things with digital art, especially with special custom-made brushes for, you know, watercolor, because I love watercolor. I want to do that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, invest in that and working on creating decks, because I want to recreate this deck, for example, as a painted version. There's gonna be another deck coming in hopefully in December, because I want it to be out before February the 14th, because it's gonna be a relationship themed deck without humans. So if you don't like humans in your relationship decks, then keep an eye out. But hopefully, you know, I want to order it, a prototype in December, and film a walkthrough and everything and set up in, you know, around that middle of December, so people will have time to find it if they want to, you know, get it. Okay, so that's my deck. So yeah, there were some hiccups. I had to wait till the, you know, design was approved and everything, but the deck is out. I'm so proud of this deck. I think it looks cool, and I know it's not as zombie-esque as you know, some might want, because, you know, I call it a zombie oracle, but it's about a world where zombies are real and how we deal with you know, what's going on. So I think it still fits. It's the TV show kind of way to look at it. So yeah, I like it, and I can't, you know, help myself. I love colors and I love stuff like this moon and clarity. It's one of my favorite cards. So obviously at first I was working on decks like, you know, outside threat with zombies, or use it, which is still one of my favorite, or if not my favorite card. I mean, this just, I love it. And I meant to stay with the same color theme, but I was kind of thinking about you know, like inside red. It just looks good, because I didn't go into creating the decks with knowing exactly what I want. I knew what sort of a picture I want, but mostly what I did at the very beginning, especially, I was googling the keyword on Pixabay, and what I get was you know, clearly that determining what I could do with the picture. And I changed quite a lot, or, you know, some with some keywords like resilience, I knew that that was the one. Where is it? No, it was just here. You know, this was the one where I knew that I wanted a zombie hunter, and in the original version there was a guy with a crossbow, and I liked that image, but I didn't like that I could see the face of the guy, not because he didn't look good or anything, but for me, with this card, it's more important that it, you know, it's a zombie hunter. It's not a specific human being, if this makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know why I started talking about this, but yeah, Zombie Oracle, it's out, you can buy it. And I heard back from a few people who already got it that, you know, they start who started using that, you know, they like it. So hopefully it's useful as well. I do think that you can use it not just around Halloween, obviously. Of course, there are some cards like the Zombie Oracle that is the outside thread with the zombies that is specific, but cards like Safety, it can be used in a, you know, regular everyday obviously a situation as well, because the theme is a zombie, but it's an oracle deck that's supposed to be used as an oracle deck. Does it make sense? Not really, but okay. Another deck that I got, which was also, you know, when it was a stress related buy, because like I said, September was really stressful and busy, and I had days where I just you know, retail therapy. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I hate myself for it, because I don't. I know that this is a coping mechanism. I know it's not the best one. Sometimes you do what you gotta do, and I don't think we need to always overanalyze when we do something like that, or when we make a mistake. I mean, I don't look at this as a mistake right now. I know I would have looked at that in the past. I made my peace with it. It's part of my shadow, if you want to say that, and it's the Joie de Vivre. And I wanted this deck, and then Book Depository sent me a box that was like crushed, but I reached out and they sent me another one which looks exactly like this, because it was packaged exactly the same way, in a box too small. But whatever, they sent me, you know, one free of charge. I didn't have to send anything back, so I really appreciate their effort. And you know, none of the cards are you know, hurt were hurt in the process. Okay, the sun is shining, but I'm enjoying that. So yeah, I haven't really done anything really with the deck, because I think I'm going to use it in the spring. It looks very springish, or if I'm too impatient, because look at that. I kind of feel like, you know, this is a children's book, a storybook type of illustration, which I really like. So I'm kind of feeling like, oh, look at that High Priestess. That I might keep it around for Christmas. I don't know. I like the cardstock. It's a very, very nice cardstock, but I'm kind of, yeah, US Games has nice cardstock. I don't understand the back. Like when you have such intricate, detailed cards like this one. What is this? What is this sketchy thing? And why does it have to have borders? So yeah, I probably going to trim it. I saw it trimmed. And I'm also not sure I'm gonna keep the back. I want to buy spray paint anyway, and test it on my, oh god, which one? Wildwood. Because even though I really like the white, you know, tree, but I hate the borders. And I saw that, you know, Kelly from the Truth in Story, someone spray paints her deck, so she's not done anything on her channel, or you know, for her decks. But I that's something that I wanted to try, and I was thinking about, you know, getting maybe a light blue, because there's a lot of blues in this deck. You know, there's a lot of pastel colors, but blue maybe is a prominent color. So, you know, maybe getting a light blue and then just trim it and spray paint it. But I can't wait to work with this one because it's beautiful. And I'm kind of thinking about getting the Phantasma. I think that's the newest one at some point, but I'm on a deck diet because, like I said, I'm saving up for something really expensive. So yeah, I need to. Another one, it has arrived on the 30th, and I know it's already October, so I filmed the walkthrough and the flip through a few days ago, so it was supposed to be part of October, but see, you know, I don't feel like waiting, and that's the HeroRise masculine archetype deck, which I was very, you know, glad to finally got it. If you watched the walkthrough, then you know that the post office kind of screwed me with this one. And before I, you know, just talk about the post office, which I tried to not rant because there was more than a 10 minutes rant in that video. This was my first Kickstarter, and I knew that, you know, there could be delays, that there are some sellers who are not as communicative that people expect or hope. Isaac was wonderful, really. I talked to him through emails a few times because he sent out regularly a newsletter and just updates, and when, you know, I had a question or just a comment really about what he wrote, he always replied back, which I really appreciate. And he helped me with getting this deck because the post office tried to sabotage me. They sent back the deck because why not? And it's not, you know, an outliner or outliner. No, is that the word? You know, whatever. You know what I mean. You know, it's not an exception because my sister is. Oh God, dealing with them since more than a month now. She has a package that's in the system for more than a month. She called them like 2 times weekly, and it just, you know, it tries to go back to the customs office and leave the country because there's some system error. And today, after, I'm not kidding, more than a month of calling them and asking them what the hell is the problem, why is the package not here, what's the hold up, and, you know, them being very, very nice as per usual, someone finally told her that they are experiencing some system errors that prevents the packages to be handled correctly or something, but it can be fixed. And the lady who she talked today didn't understand why it wasn't fixed. And the first time when it was, you know, when the first time she talked to them, so it's like, I mean, I'm trying to be understanding what the fuck is going on. And I know that, you know, it's not just for Hungary or not even just for the EU. I mean, I know Elaine told me about what's going on in Northern Ireland, even though that's EU and not Brexit, because Brexit screw things up for UK as well, obviously. Prices changed. A lot of sellers doesn't even ship there because no one knows what are the new, you know, laws and regulations. But since the 1st of July, it's a hell for European countries in general, European Union. And I haven't looked into it, but I just don't understand who and why wanted to change everything so drastically and so like on such a big scale, because I understand that they want more money because they are getting more money, but they are not handling things at all the way it was supposed to be handled. So, oh God, yeah, not fun. And, you know, I mean, I got a letter yesterday, and it was just a simple private letter, and it was opened by customs. And I'm like, where is the, you know, there's a protection on letter, you know, privacy. That's against the law to open someone's letters and stuff like that. And just because, you know, it was a take letter. Yeah, some people write pages and pages of letters, and there was one tea bag inside, you know, and it wasn't anything on the envelope, you know, telling me why they opened my letter. It was just a stamp of the customs, and I was like, the letter came from the Netherlands. That's the EU. What was it doing on the customs? I'm like, where am I living right now? So yeah, things are very, very weird, and I don't know. I'm kind of. I'm not saying I'm losing hope for things to get better, but I'm kind of feeling like we're going down the swords road, and I read the swords as the downhill, and maybe I'm at the 9 of swords, but after the 9 of swords there's still the 10 of swords, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just there's a lot of times where I'm trying to be optimistic about what and how things are in the world, and hoping that things will get better, but things are just generally bad for such a long time, and I'm talking about 20 years now. For me, for my family, for the country, that sometimes it's really, really hard to just be optimistic about the future. And I envy and everyone who feels like that, that they are optimistic, that they are trust things to get better. I want to feel like that, and I'm sure I'm gonna, figure something out to how to do that. But it's probably just, exhaustion, because I couldn't really get enough rest during my summer holiday, and then now I should have had, or okay, I had a long weekend in September, but I got sick. So what I did was being sick, and then being busy trying to catch up with things that I had to do when during that weekend. And I'm gonna have another long weekend at the end of October, but we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes life gets just a bit too much, I guess. But my deck is out, and let's try to be optimistic and whatever. But yeah, I forgot to say that. But if you bought my deck and you have a review somewhere, doesn't matter in which format, it can be a blog, Instagram if it works, Facebook if it works. I would say message me on WhatsApp, but didn't work. YouTube, whatever. Please send me a link in some way, or tag me if I'm on that platform, because I would love to hear your honest opinion. You can be critical. You don't have to say nice thing. If you have a problem with a card or the guidebook or whatever, just let me know, because if it's something that I will think as well that it needs to be fixed, then it's gonna be fixed. I'm open to upgrade and not correct, but evolve, or what's the word? Make the deck better. That's what I'm looking for, obviously. But yeah, I think that's all. So I didn't buy a lot of decks. Did I buy anything? What did I buy anything? No, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I just ordered the Harry Potter FunkoPop Advent Calendar, which is gonna be my first one. I don't have anything like that, but I need decoration, some Harry Potter stuff as well. So that's gonna be fun for December. And that's why I'm not buying a deck, because I spent the deck stuff on that, which is completely fine. I mean, I'm good. I have a lot of decks that I want to work with anyway. A lot. Okay, what else? Let's talk about TV shows, because I completely forgot to add them to my list. There was a lot of good ones. I don't know if anyone watches Only Murders in the Building. I can't remember if I knew. No, I didn't know that Selena Gomez was in it. I love her. I like her songs. And I really like her character. I like the way she's this very, she talks a bit funny, in an awkward way, but it really suits the character. And I really love Steve Martin and Martin. God, oh God, Martin, what's his name? The other guy, which I'm totally blanking on him, so I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I like them. They have such an amazing chemistry, and Selena works really, really well with them. And the idea, the main idea to make a podcast, a true crime podcast with all of these characters, because they are trying to investigate a murder that was committed in the building. It's just really cool and really. I'm not sure how original. I don't think I've seen anything like this, at least not lately. But yeah, that's a really good one that I always, look forward to watch it. And there was some other one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is over, which is kind of sad. I really liked the last 2 episodes. I finally watched it. I like that show, and I'm so glad that, they had the chance to say goodbye, because I really hate when audience favorites TV shows gets cancelled and we just never get the closure to end the story in some way. Another one that there was Vigil, which is an English TV show, and I started to watch it because I wanted to watch it because of the main character, the main actress, which of course I can't freaking remember her name. I never remember her name because I suck at names. But I pretty much watch everything that she's in, and then it turns out that Miss Kit Harrington, Ygritte from Game of Thrones, was in it as well, and a bunch of other people that I really like. And the whole story was made so well. It had a lot of twists and turns, and you really couldn't tell what the main story was right until the end, which was, I think, really good. Because, when you start watching, especially a crime show, you're like, okay, they're gonna die, they're gonna investigate, and that's the perpetrator, and this was the reason, whatever. But it has such, not unique, because I think the story resembles something that I watched a few years ago for a while, because I had deja vu quite a few times. But there were elements that added to the story in such a cool way that I really enjoyed that. Grantchester is I think there's still some episodes from this season which I really love. I love English crime shows, by the way. And Endeavour, I love Endeavour, and Sean Evans was in Vigil as well, which I was very, very happy about, because I really like him. But this season was kind of disappointing for that one. I understand that the personal storyline was more highlighted, but I kind of felt like it was too short and too just not focused enough. I don't know. I hope that this was just Corona and it's gonna get better for the next season. But the other one that started is Foundation, and I was very excited for that one. Because Foundation is a foundational sci-fi book. And then as I was watching the first 2 episodes, and I talked to my dad as well, that we just don't remember the book anymore, and he has a better excuse because he read it when he was around 19 or something, and he's not 19 anymore. But I read it like 20 years ago as well, and the Foundation books are like the edition that we have right now are like this thick, each of them, and there's 3 volumes. So I'm like, I'm gonna reread them because after the season ends, because I don't want to spoil something that I can't remember anymore while I'm watching the TV show. But I need to check who makes the opening credit, because it's as good as Westworld and American Gods, and I kind of think that it's either the same group or or firm or whatever, but I can't find who make these opening credits, even though they are really, really cool. But yeah, okay, so those were the TV shows for September. What else? Yeah, because, I mean, with Britney, there's a lot of things happening, and it's just ridiculous the amount of shit that's got, you know, released, that how this whole thing really was just set up to take advantage of her and take her money. And the only thing that, you know, you have to watch what's going on, and I suggest watching Emily D. Baker, because she breaks down the legal documents, and those are the facts, because there's a lot of emotions obviously and a lot of lies on team's daddy Spears. But just one thing that, you know, I was thinking when I was watching either Controlling Britney or Britney versus Spears, which is two documentaries that came out, that, you know, I felt stupid for not knowing, for not realizing what was going on, and not believing the rumors that there was more to the story, and, you know, there was something sinister going on. And then I was like, no, because that's not normal to think that someone's father would do that. What should be normal is to think that a father is out there to protect their children, and they are there to love and support. And yeah, I'm gonna go and refuse to think that I was supposed to know, because my reality is the better one in this case. And I think everybody agrees that a parent should love their children. And I would have believed, or I don't even know what's the word, understood him doing something that wasn't good for Britney if he did it because in his own way he thought that that was the best for her. But from what we're gathering, that was never the thing. He was always about getting the money. And that's just horrible, because, you know, money and fame means nothing when the people who are supposed to love you are not loving you. So yeah, I just hope, I mean, she seems much more happier. I really enjoy the way that she finally posted on Instagram, and I'm so happy she came back. And she's posting, you know, all these almost naked pictures. She's in great shape. I mean, I wish I would be in that great shape. But I just, and some people, I saw that some people are like, oh my God, she's posting naked pictures. Obviously, this is the first time that she's ever, you know, able to do that without anyone just telling her not to. So she's gonna do a lot of outlandish and outrageous things, because she can finally do the things that she was supposed to be doing 10 years ago. And I don't know if anybody, you know, who watches me saw that Sam posted a live, he went live on Instagram, I think, and Britney was around, and that was the first time that anybody was live on social media when she was in the room, because, you know, she had no idea how going live or how a live stream on a phone, on an app works, because, you know, how the, you know, she asked the question that, yeah, are they, you know, really live and they can see me, and, you know, they can see us. And she kind of, you know, runs away, and she was just cute, but at the same time it's just so heartbreaking that she's 40 years old. She's like 2 months older than me, so she's not 40, sorry. And she has no idea how live streaming works, because she was never allowed to be in a room where there's a live stream, because, you know, they were afraid what she would say. So yeah, she has a lot of catching up to do. But there's something else that I was thinking, you know, a few years ago, I was thinking, you know, that even though I would love to be friends with Britney, I mean, I think we have these inner conversations when we think about a celebrity that we like, if we would be friends with them, if we had a chance to meet in, you know, normal circumstances or not. And I was thinking that even though I really like Britney, I don't think, because she seemed like such a timid, and, you know, she's a very, very polite. She's much more polite than I ever would be. But I just thought that we don't have much in common, and not just because she's famous, but in a human uh, level. But I really like this new Britney that I'm seeing, the real one, who curses, who posts naked pictures, who just says stupid things on Instagram. And I don't know, I think she's much more fun and accessibly fun for us now. And I would completely understand if she would never want to make music again because she was forced to do it. But I'm kind of hoping that after she gets hopefully she gets another child, because she really wants to have one, and she gets married, and she just lives a normal life for a few years. I hope that she's gonna make music, because I would be very, very much interested in hearing those songs that she has no control over her. She can say and write whatever she wants to for real, and I think those songs will be really, really amazing. But I'm just happy for her. So yeah, I mean, big things are finally happening. But yeah, let's wait until his dad is officially and finally fucking out. Okay, and I think that's all for September. And it's longer than I expected it because I forgot about the TV shows and stuff. But yeah, just one little tiny thing. I wasn't able to write anything because I was waiting for my sisters to help me with editing the grammar stuff for the first novel. Such a weird one. The words. But I know, I understand they're busy as well, but they kind of only managed to do 1/3 of the book. So I will sit down, check that one and try to readjust the whole uh, of the book, and then start looking around. I don't even know how you find yourself an agent, but I will do that. But just I'm mentioning the editing thing because while I was waiting for them to have time to work on that, and like I said, I know they're busy. It kind of still sucks because I wrote a book and I want my family to read it. But anyway, oh look, sun. Uh, I didn't write. I usually write every day at least around 300 words, but I kind of, you're supposed to, and I think it's a good idea to take breaks between drafts, because then you will, get a fresh pair of eyes. But I couldn't go back because September was so busy and I'm just missing writing so much. And I know that I'm trying not to feel guilty or like bad because I wasn't writing, because I know that I was busy with the deck and work and just stuff in general. But yeah, sometimes it's so interesting that I don't think I ever imagined that not writing daily is going to be something that causes me anxiety. But yeah, I miss writing daily, so I think I have to do something. And I have 2 stories that I'm working on more seriously, because I have ideas a lot. Who doesn't? But yeah, I started working on the second book, which I kind of thought that I would do later, but then I just started writing it and it started happening. So I have to, use that momentum and not lose the story. Uh, I had ideas for it when I was finishing the first one. There was things that I wanted to bring over to the second one, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it exactly. But there, I also started to writing a face story, which when you read something that very inspiring, you start writing as well. And I have Pixie, that's the working title, that as well, which I combined a new idea with an old one, so I'm switching between the two, which also helps. So I don't know if you're like me and you're writing books or stories, doesn't matter if you want to release them or not. If you feel like you're stuck and you have anxiety for not being able to work on it, try switching between stories, because sometimes that's enough. Because Sometimes I don't want to work on the one that I'm supposed to be working on, and instead of not doing anything, I just switch to a new story or the other story, and I work on that. For me, it helps. I was just, thought that I share. Maybe it helps for someone else. But yeah, looking around, I think that's all. And yeah, thanks so much. It was longer than I expected. Video as usual. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You can support the channel by buying the deck or buying spaceship particles or parts. Particles. But yeah, hit that bell icon because I'm gonna be going live. I'm gonna go be, oh, okay, that's something I wanted to talk to. I'm not going to start the Let's Craft a Spread series this year because I didn't have time to, getting ready. I was supposed to start next week, next week on the 11th, but I'm like, you know what, let's wait and do it, next year. I'm not in a hurry. And the other one is I want to do more casual live streams as well, not necessarily or at all tarot related conversations, but I just, someone comes on and we just talk about whatever. So I'm hopefully starting that next week as well. So if you, subscribe to my channel, please remember to hit that bell icon because I'm not sure how early I'm going to schedule these because it depends on how we find time. So yeah, but lots of exciting things are still coming. There are things that I'm working on that are coming. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.